Welcome back to Trove One, everybody. Check out this Suburban. I know you've kind of seen it at this point, but the baseline roof rack is on. 6.0 swap is done. We still got a few things to straighten up on it. But this evening, tomorrow we're leaving for the Moore Expo. We're getting ready to run up there. We're going to be in the storyteller area. By the time this comes out, that'll all be past. Hopefully some of you get to come out and see us. But I have a tent right here. This is the tent we went and picked up in Utah from CVT. This is the Three Sisters tent. This is the biggest rooftop tent on the market. This thing is 10 feet long. It will fill up the entire roof of that Suburban. That is a big tent. But you know what? We got 6 kids and they're growing. So we're gonna need a big tent. And I'm at the shop all by myself and I gotta figure out how to get this thing onto that roof without throwing out my back and some things like that. So let's get started. First thing I need to do is open this up so I can get out the ladders and the annex, all the other stuff that's stuck inside the tent right now, and then get some of those accessories bolted on. We got 2 of these cross rails to bolt onto the bottom of it, and these are what clamp down to the roof of the vehicle. Tell you what, this thing is big. It's gonna look even bigger on the vehicle. All right, so when they ship these things and everything inside here, we'll have the annex and ladders and stuff, so I'm gonna get those pulled out. All right, so on the inside is the annex, which I left in there. You got your spreader poles for the annex portion. They go up top. You got 4 shoe bags with this one. You got a bag for the annex to go in. You got the cover, you got the annex floor, and you got 2 ladders. So all kinds of goodies. I'm gonna close this thing back up, and then I gotta bolt the ladders on. I gotta flip it over and bolt these rails onto the bottom. All right, I got the tent stood up on its side here, which I think may help me get these on. I don't know, I might read the instructions, I might not, but here's all the hardware. Got some tie down ropes, bolts, power cord, all these different parts and pieces for getting everything bolted up. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out how all this goes together. I got a rough idea. I think on this, I'm gonna have to get on the inside and run some bolts through to bolt these on. The hybrid tent I had, I guess it did have that. It's been a while since I put that together, but I guess it did have bolts that went all the way through. It seemed like it was a little bit more assembled, but it really wasn't. But it's been a couple years since I put that one together. But see if we can get this done. Okay, so what I got to do is where these holes are at, I got to open up the tent and I got to stick a bolt down through there, and that'll bolt into these crossbars that then hold it onto the vehicle. This blue is a plastic, protective plastic, and I got to pull all that off. There's a lot of it. I'm gonna get all that off, both sides. I'm gonna open it back up. I'm gonna get my bolts in. Then I got to get these lined up with the bolts, the nuts in the tray, in the rack. It's going to take me a little while. I was thinking this was going to be pretty fast, and I know better than that. But, you know, all right. I need 2 hands for this. Quick tip, take a razor knife and lightly run around the edge of that plastic because it goes up underneath the aluminum here, and it'll look a lot better. This side I didn't do that. I'll have to go around and trim all these pieces off, but if you just do it first, just lightly run it around, it'll come out and look a lot better. All right, I got all the bolts installed, so you can see there's one sticking out right there. So that is what this right here is going to go onto. The kind of tricky part here, these are not exactly easy to put together, so if you want someone to put one together and install it for you, hit us up at Tracer Customs. Located in Russellville, Arkansas. We can do it for you, and I won't do it by myself. I'll have some of the guys here, or they'll probably do it themselves, do it without me. But these nuts slide into a groove right here and lock in place. So that nut goes right there, but you can't turn it. So I've got to kind of line these up, but then I have to get to the inside of the tent to turn the bolts to tighten them up. A little bit tricky, I'll make it work, but it's gonna be a little bit tricky to do. All right, let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm sort of following the instructions. So they send some little self-tapper screws, and this is what they're for. You self-tap them in here and on the other end, and that just holds this piece up. So I've got this piece up here, and then I've got my nuts in here, and they're positioned right by every one of these bolts. So what I'm gonna do, there's a mattress in there, so I can actually push this bolt in. So I'm actually gonna push this in, and then I'm gonna slide this nut right over it, and boom, right there, that bolt should be lined up with that nut. So I'm gonna do that on every one of these. Then I can lay the tent back down, open it up, and just go in there and tighten all those bolts up. Zip, 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 zip. I think this is gonna work. I actually feel kind of smart. That's not exactly in the instructions, but I think that's gonna make this go a whole lot better. Otherwise, you kind of need two people to be able to get like halfway up and then line things up. But I think this is gonna work. We'll see. Welcome to the inside of the biggest tent on the market. Got our skylight right here. Got my Milwaukee flashlight, my Milwaukee mini impact right here. All right, we just gotta pull this up now. This is a 2-part mattress in here. Pull this up. And as you can see, here's all our bolts. So I'm just gonna snug all these up real quick. All right, our next step is to attach these brackets right here. These are the brackets that the ladders will hook to. So they go on this side where the doors are at, and the holes are right here. So I can just reach in here and get to everything without having to open or close anything. So let's get these on real quick. All right, got all those brackets on. Now our ladders, they come in these nice bags in case you're gonna keep them in the truck. I think with this tent, I can keep the ladders on the roof at all times underneath the cover, which is gonna be super nice. On our hybrid tent, you have to pull the, you don't have to, they're not really set up to leave the ladders on the roof, which means you got to store the ladder somewhere else, which works fine in the camper, but it's going to be kind of nice to not have to pull these up and down. I can just leave them here. They'll tie down with this Velcro right here and go under the cover. So I kind of like that about this versus the hybrid. The hybrid is nice because I can carry something on top of it if I want to, versus this. It's going to have a big cover over it, and there's no way to carry anything. So we'll see which one we like better in the long run. I don't really know at this point, but we'll find out. All right, I'm assuming these ladders go like this with all the safety stickers pointed out so that you could never get hurt, and you could, you know, safety stickers these days. Anyway, they go like this, and then there'll be a couple bolts, so these just bolt on, versus the one I have has little clips you put in and out. These will bolt on, they'll stay up here all the time. The buttons are a little different on these too, so I'll have to figure out kind of how those work on the adjustments, but I think you just push buttons in and slide them, so I'll figure that out later. I'll show you how it works at some point. All right, let's get these bolted up. Bada bing, ladders are on, strapped down, looking good and shiny. Now I'm to the point where I got to get this thing on top of that Suburban, and it's not going to be real fun. We've been working on building a little deal where we can use our gantry crane for this, and I did take it off with it, but it's so long, it's really kind of hard to balance with the gantry crane. So I don't know, I'm gonna come up with a plan here or wait until the morning, but I don't really have time to wait till the morning because I need to take this home tonight. Let me come up with something. I'm sure it'll be safe. Let it be known, I do not encourage or think this is a correct way of doing this in any way, form, or fashion, but I'm gonna make it work. Don't try this at home, or at work, or anywhere else. All right, my plan is simple. We take this, we lean it over here, we slide it on top. Piece of cake. Except that tent's kind of heavy. I think it's gonna work. Remember, I did not say that this is a good idea. It's a terrible idea. All right, I will agree with you. This is a terrible idea, and this doesn't make much sense, and nobody should do this, and I don't recommend this, and this might end horribly. Or it might work. Let's find out. Here's the main problem. Tent wants to slide back when it's picked up because gravity. These want to slide back because, you know, they're being pulled that direction. So, ratchet strap here, pull these in place. This goes around the corner and underneath, and it's got a board here. So theoretically, the straps can't slip off the corners. This board, everything here, these straps, basically everything about this is an engineering work of genius or idiocracy. Is that a word? Idiocy or idiocy, probably closer to idiocy. I'm this close to making it work though. This close. Or dropping a tent that's worth more than my vehicle. Sometimes in life, you just got to get things done, and you got to figure out how to use the tools you've got and do it in a way where you're not going to get hurt. And this is the best solution I had, and I haven't gotten hurt yet. It actually worked and nobody died. This is a big tent. And I would not put this on any less of a rack than the baseline overland rack, which basically means I would not put this tent on anything except this rack. It's longer than the rack by a few inches. This is 10 feet long. The rack's like 9 foot something. It's huge. Absolutely huge. This tent's really geared towards trailers more than vehicles. A Suburban is about the smallest vehicle I would put it on. Wow. Oh, I look good though. All right, I'm gonna bolt this down. I'm gonna put the cover on and I'll show it to you when it's done, probably tomorrow. It's late, I'm getting tired, and I just wanna get this done and get home. All right, we have been packing up today because we're headed to Moore Expo. We're taking the 8-1, pulling the camper because I'm not confident in the 6.0 swap yet. But check this out. The Three Sisters tent on the baseline overland roof rack. It looks pretty good. It is so big and so heavy. I can definitely feel it up there driving down the road, but some things may get shuffled around later with the tents. We'll see. So we're about to load up and head to the Moore Expo, so hopefully we see some of you there, and we'll show you a little bit of what we see up there.
Daddy.
We are off. Y'all always say Sarah needs to drive more. She's driving today and she's pulling the camper. I need to keep an eye on this Z71 and the 6.0 and see. Make sure we don't destroy anything, hopefully. Hopefully we make it all the way to Springfield without any problems. We'll see. We are set up here at Moore Expo. Got up here, got checked in and everything, got set up. Haven't opened the new tent yet. It's probably gonna storm on us here a little bit and rain, so I think I'm gonna wait and open that up tomorrow. We're gonna be staying in this one tonight anyway, so we're all set up. We got a storyteller dinner tonight deal, and I'm going to that, and Sarah's gonna stay with the kids. It wasn't gonna really work for the kids all to go to that, so we got that tonight, and then tomorrow gonna be looking at stuff and saying hi to whoever comes by. Well, good morning, everybody. The sun is coming up, and you can see there's a lot of stuff out here. And this is only a small portion of it. There's so much stuff here at the expo, it's crazy. It's neat to be able to see, because some of this stuff you wouldn't be able to see except in an event without, you know, driving to 100 different stores or locations to see the different, you know, there's truck bed campers, there's off-road trailers, there's tents, awnings, tires. I mean, all kinds of stuff you can look at, get your hands on, see how you like that particular thing. So that's one of the neat things about expos. I will say we'd much rather be camping out in the woods somewhere than here with all the interstate noise and things like that. But it's always cool to meet people that are enjoying the same type stuff we enjoy, and getting to see some of you guys that come out to see us. So we're gonna have a good time. Looking forward to today and tomorrow. It'll be 2 big days. A lot of people being here. It's the calm before the storm. It's quiet right now, but it's gonna be a line of people out here before too long. We're gonna get some breakfast made. I think we're cooking up some good breakfast this morning. Since we're just sitting around, we might as well cook some good food, right? So, it's gonna be a good day. We're having biscuits and Spam and eggs. It's kind of a sad day. Sarah forgot our cast iron skillets. So we're using that little baby skillet, which we always keep in the camper, which is kind of nice for backup, but not the same as cast iron. So kind of a sad day, but oh well, we'll survive. We got an assortment of jellies yet again. We got banana jam, pear vanilla jam, blackberry jelly, muscadine grape, and raspberry jam. So some good options on the jellies and jams here today, of course. And that sun is really bright. It's a little bit cool and chilly this morning, but we're about to wrap up breakfast. But we just got a new bathroom tent. We've been using an Ozark Trail one that's basically identical to this. This is the King Camp 2-room bathroom tent, which is kind of cool. It's basically the same as our old setup. We've got 2 rooms. Nice thing is this one has 2 external doors, so you can go into either room. And then you got a divider in here between the rooms. The floor has mesh in it, which is really nice. You definitely want that on your shower side so your water can drain out. Some of them don't have that, so you want mesh in it, I have found. This one is also kind of neat because you can unzip this section of the floor right here, which we may do when we put the toilet in here, I don't know. And then you got some pockets. There's a spot here for your hose to go out for your shower. You got a deal up here to mount a shower head on. Windows, pockets, pretty basic stuff, but only thing it doesn't have, it's got high pockets, it doesn't have low pockets. Our old one had a low pocket right here, which was kind of nice for sticking like your toilet paper and stuff in. But overall, it seems like a good unit. It's got all the features we wanted. It's an instant, which means you don't have to take all the poles off. They just collapse down and everything. Makes it faster to set up. It takes up a little bit more space, but it's faster to set up. So there's the new bathroom tent. And now I need to go set up the new CVT Three Sisters tent on the Suburban. I might move it though. I'm thinking about moving the Suburban over to this kind of grassy area. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm about to open up the Three Sisters tent here. I will give y'all a full rundown on how this one works versus how the other one works. Later on, we'll do a full walk around. I'll probably get it set up a time or two so I can actually learn how to do everything and then show you how it works and kind of how to do it. I think I got space here. My ladders make it be a little tight with the camper being here, the Suburban being here, but I'm gonna make it work. All right, let me show you the inside of this really small tent. There's not a lot of space up here, just enough for a family of 4,000 squirrels. Quite a bit of space. The divider in it's kind of interesting, you know, but we could sleep our entire family up here. And we'll probably do it sometime soon. That is to hold up the center of the tent, because it would sag too much if you didn't have that bracing in the middle, because it's 10 feet long. So you got 5 feet on either side of that brace, roughly. Y'all like it?
We not have this up on the other camper.
The other tent isn't as long, so it doesn't need the middle brace. So, big tent. I do like, we got 3 spreader fulls here, which means rain's gonna come off our annex roof a lot better than the other one, because they're closer together. Keeps that all a little bit more taut. So we'll get into a lot more details. I got to do more stuff with it and kind of get more knowledgeable about it. You learn things. I'm already noticing differences between this one and this one. Like, this one's not as tall as this one. The peak height on them appears to be a little bit different. So you can kind of see some of the differences there, but we'll get into more of that as we use it a couple times. We'll start learning some different things, and then we'll kind of do a video that goes over all that stuff. We've been chilling around camp most of the day. I got me a hat from Hercules Tires. They gave me a hat. I kind of needed a hat so I didn't get a sunburn. Sarah made cookies earlier, and now we're cooking up some dinner. So it's time for some more cooking. She's making taco soup. Step 1, brown the meat. Step 2, dump everything in. Step 3, heat it up. Step 4, eat it.
I'm heating it up.
That simple.
Blowing out. I don't want all this in my stuff. Got dust on it. And it will fall. No.
Hey, Troubles. Hey, Troubles. What you doing? Woo! Supervising. Make sure it gets done right. Isn't that right, Mima? Gotta supervise. Somebody's gotta supervise.
Caleb? Go ahead. All those delicious tomatoes.
Caleb doesn't like chunks of tomatoes and stuff. It's okay, I don't really either, and I definitely didn't as a kid, but I understand the appreciation and the necessity for it now. As a kid, it was just a bad texture and annoying. I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry. I've been challenged to a checkers duel. We shall see who wins.
Daddy will help you. We won't help Daddy. What should I do? Daddy got 3 of them. Yeah, you get like that. Here. Those back.
All right, you gotta pick.
Doesn't matter. either way.
Good game. Almost.
What did Mommy do?
I am hungry. I think we all are. Taco soup for the win. Been there. Sounds like we got a band going on over there or something. All right, that soup hit the spot, but it's bedtime now. We just got the kids in bed. We got to clean up. We kind of made a mess, and we need to get it reorganized and clean. And Sarah is going to start on breakfast for tomorrow, whipping up some cinnamon rolls. So some more baking to do. Actually, she'll just mix them up tonight and then set them to rise overnight and then bake them in the morning. So should be good. Well, good morning, everybody. Day 2 of the Moore Expo, and look what we have. Fresh, homemade cinnamon rolls. Yep, we're eating cinnamon rolls this morning, and not those things out of a can. These are the real deal, fresh from scratch. It's gonna be a good day. And it's bright and sunny already. Beautiful weather. So, looking forward to seeing some more people today and checking out some more cool stuff and trying not to spend any money. I think we found our next vehicle. This thing's massive. It would actually probably fit our entire family. It's even got a deck up top. It won't fit down any trails in the Ozarks, though. That's the only big problem. Good grief.
On how technology improves the off-road experience.
Oh, you do want my hand now? Oh, your hand.
But can they go in the past? This is right over here.
I'm a flame, I got away. I wanted another angel, go away. Oh, this life is
Good job. Well, guys, it's almost over, at least for us. We're going to be headed out here before long. I'm going to start packing all this up. I didn't show y'all a fraction of all this stuff here. It's so much stuff. It's playing dodgeball with this kid. So much stuff here. It's crazy. And it's really cool to be able to get your eyes on something before you spend your money on it, and see about the quality and stuff. So that's what the expos are really good for. But I need to pack this tent up, and this annex, and this awning, and that tent, so we can get on the road here in a little bit, because we got to get home. So Sarah's making some dinner, and I'm going to start packing up the tents.
Yeah, can you tell how terrible it is right now? I messed it up somehow. I don't know what I did.
There's on 2 feet.
All right, we're loaded up. Everything's loaded, all the chaos. We're going to take the chaos home. Appreciate y'all watching. Thanks to Moore Expo for letting us come out. It was a fun event. Got to see some cool stuff, learn some things, meet some people. Thank you for those that came out and saw us. It was really cool to talk to you, meet you, and everything. We had a good time, and now we're tired, and we're going to head home. So thanks for watching. We'll get back to some normal Arkansas trips here very soon, and a little bit more to go on the white Suburban so we can get it 100% back operational. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.